Okay, well, good afternoon, good morning, or good evening, depending from where you join us. Welcome to today's podcast. My name is Daniel Lattanzi. Welcome for all of you that are joining us. I'm the CEO co-founder of Holistic Health Solutions. So welcome to this podcast, and we're going to have a great chat with Dr. Brad, our clinical director. Hello, Dr. Brad. How are you today?
Good afternoon, and I'm doing extremely well.
Excellent, excellent. Welcome to all of you that are joining us live, and always a pleasure. And I want to thank you for taking your time be with us and learning more about some clinical talk that we're going to do today. And let's see, before we get into it, let's see, we have some people we want to say hello. We have Jenny. Hello, Jenny. We have Christy. Hello, Christy. We have Richard. Hello, Richard. Tell us from where you're coming from where you join us. Let's see who we got today, from which city. So I'm watching here my screen on my right. We have Oregon. We have somebody from Tennessee. Yeah, okay. Okay, Richard, from where you join us from? Let's see. Well, definitely today the weather is part of this seminar of this podcast because Dr. Ray, you're from Iowa, right? Okay, originally.
Well, that was my home state for a lot of years.
Yeah,
As people know, I was in practice over there for 45 years before I moved to Florida.
that's right. That's right. And you're good with cold weather, right?
I'm really good with cold weather.
Exactly. Matter of fact, you like it, like cold
I
weather.
like it.
That's cool. That's cool. Well, let's get to it. So today's talk is around zinc deficiency, and seems one of those things forgotten, but zinc is play a vital role on our immune system. And I was reading like some statistics and some, first quarter health report recently, and that's what inspired me to do this podcast today about this subject, because reading here some statistics that there is reported there is a 20% increase on viral infections or stuff like this due to the extreme temperature. So, Dr. Brett, so what's going on here with this unusual spike of illness across the country due to this extreme temperature swing, right? So, in your opinion, like, why does sudden change in weather act as a catalyst for the immune failure, and why zinc is a culpable of one of the first casualty?
Yeah, the main issue is we have a certain temperature going along and our body's functioning very, very well. Now, then all of a sudden we have an extreme change and our poor immune system can't keep up with us. And the next thing you know, because we have certain nutritional deficiencies, the body then can't meet the demands of what's happening to it. And then the bugs, whether it be a virus or a bacteria, are opportunistic. They go, oh, look, there's some weak tissue. I have some food. So now we get invaded. Many times it's already in our body. It's just the defense mechanism has gotten weakened because of nutritional deficiencies and poor diets. Next thing you know, it overwhelms us and we get symptoms. And a symptom is nothing more than the body trying to get rid of something, and it doesn't have enough tools to get rid of it. So therefore, we have to exhibit a symptom to try to get it out of the body as quickly as possible. That's what people have to understand. When you get a symptom, especially like runny nose and coughing, that's just your body going, I want to get rid of this fast because I don't have enough strength to tolerate it inside me. And that's usually the result of nutritional deficiencies. So that's what we're going to hear to talk about today.
That's exactly right. And plus also, like, all these symptoms is like a little red flag, right? Like, kind of, hey, hello, like,
Yeah.
pay attention, that's great. So let's talk about zinc. It's like a back to school questions, right? So tell us, so what is zinc and what zinc is supposed to be doing anyway?
Great question, because many people don't even concentrate on zinc and they're not even aware of how important it is to our body. We just think it's one of those things that yes, we're going to need. It's one of the myriad of minerals. There's 108 different minerals, and zinc's a rather important one. So if you don't mind, I have a little slide program I'd like to show everybody so we can see what it looks like.
Please take it away.
Alrighty, so bear with me while I share this.
Yep.
Those of you who are my students, you know how this operates.
Yeah, I'm sure they do.
All right, so here we go. The first slide says the zinc is an essential mineral because it's primarily an immune support. So that's why we're talking about this today, because now there's this huge change in the weather patterns in the springtime, whether we're here in Florida or whether you're clear up there in Minnesota. There's still a change in weather patterns. So it starts to warm up, then it gets extremely cold, and then it gets a little bit warmer, and then it gets a lot warmer. And our poor body, when it has deficiencies, starts to rebel. And opportunistic bugs go, hey, look, I have some tissue that is available for me for food. Then our body says, no, I got to get rid of it. So let's take a look at zinc. It says, number one, it does support our immune system. People don't think about it. Zinc in the immune system is very important. It's also vital for developing the immune cell itself. It also improves metabolism. You know, when we get a sluggish metabolism, what do? Well, the thing that many people do during winter is put on weight. Why? Bored, can't get outside, overeat the stuff you shouldn't eat because it tastes good. You put on a little bit of weight. And so zinc is an important mineral to help get your weight a little bit under control in the long run.
Nice. Well, that's good to know, because people during the winter also they eat a lot of comfort food.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm guilty. Me too.
Yeah.
And why is because zinc is an important nutrient in protein synthesis. Remember, protein is the building block of the human body.
That's correct.
And then guess what? It also helps our body create more DNA. We got RNA that needs to get converted to DNA. So many people get depressed in the winter time because their RNA is not getting converted to DNA, and DNA not, the next thing you know, they're having problems. And zinc is also essential in healing of wounds. So cut your finger. You're gonna need that. Damaged tissue. You need zinc to stimulate the repair mechanism. And as we said, it's an important immune system support because it helps fight infections primarily of bacteria and viruses, and hence we get a lot of mucus when those things die. So if we can help the immune system fight them off, not all at once, but as the bacteria and viruses are getting bigger and bigger and bigger, rather than having the entire system jump on them all at once, you catch them with their little minor things and little minor annoyances, not a full-blown fever, not a full-blown runny nose, coughing, and mucusy.
That's true.
And anytime we're going to want to use zinc for faster wound healing. As it says here, it's required for collagen synthesis. So let's remind everybody what collagen is. It's the glue that holds the body together. Its main component is vitamin C, because vitamin C is what helps build the collagen in the first place. And then we need the vitamin C to help synthesize the collagen in the first place. Therefore, it's going to be good for skin repair. So any skin condition is going to be benefited by zinc, not just at this time of year when we're primarily interested in people going through the normal spring colds and flus. So zinc repair is really good for people with acne. Guess what? Who's the most prone group for acne? Well, it's our children, and our children are going to school. They're being surrounded by other students who are bringing in the bugs to the school environment in the first place. So number one is we can help the children by strengthening their immune system to not get the bugs when they go to school. And any child is also worried about blemishes because they're getting their hormones and they're eating too much sugar and developing too much moisture and oils in the skin. Next thing you know, you have these things like acne or just the normal pimples. So it's going to help with skin repair. Again, it's going to help with our immune cell activity, but more importantly here, burns and healing for repair. So zinc is hugely important also then in the summertime, especially liquids, where you can put it directly on the skin.
Yeah, that's a good solution to quick absorption in that way.
That's right. Who wants to run around with a sunburn? They're uncomfortable. Even you northerners are prone to sunburns because you bundle up to the neck all winter and you come out in the spring and summer and you start peeling off your clothes and you're not used to it. And you're like many of the people that I lived with, they were fair haired, so we burn easily. Yeah. So a little zinc will help with that, especially the liquid variety. So as the slide says, therefore it's very good for skin and acne treatment, as I already mentioned, because it does have anti-inflammatory properties. Now, again, topically for sun protection, aids acne again. Now, what people don't realize, it's essential during pregnancy and infancy and adolescence for their growth factors.
Oh, wow. Well, why is that?
Well, because it helps at the ground level building brand new cells, and that's what happens when mom's building children. It's one of the elements in there that's going to help the baby's immune system as well as mom's immune system. The issue with pregnancy is the baby gets to steal all the nutrients from mom. And unfortunately, mom is just trying to get through the day, raising a family, cooking, cleaning, going to work maybe, and building the baby. So make sure you're checking moms for all the minerals, but especially the zinc, because that's going to be very important to building mom's immune system and the baby's immune system.
Very true. That's key and very important.
Yes, it is. Now, look at this. Zinc is a huge aid in breaking down carbohydrates. Why is that important? It's important because number one is the pancreas uses the most zinc of anything because of this. It breaks down the carbs. Because now from the carbs, now it goes over to the liver, and then the liver is going to make liver glycogen, which then the brain's going to use for energy. And if you don't do that, you don't have enough, guess what? You mess with this thing called the Krebs cycle, and it starts storing it as fat. And what don't people really want? They don't want to get fat because they ate too many carbs. So let's help them to break down the carbs, help the pancreas, the liver, and the liver glycogen. And as you see, it also supports other digestive health. That's primarily because of the carbs. As it says here, aids in reducing cold symptoms, which we went over because it strengthens our white blood cells to do their job. More importantly, as people get older, it also supports bone density. And what's one of the things we're going to find in females as they get older? They're going to go through their changes of life, and now their body's going to start stealing all the minerals out of their bones. They get things like osteopenia and osteoporosis. So let's help have a little bit stronger bones. And then for guys, it helps maintain our testosterone level as we get older. It's hugely important that we maintain our testosterone level. Otherwise, we get these little things called mood swings. So men have andropause just like women have menopause, and zinc is an important nutrient to offset that.
Totally. Yeah, absolutely. Like that's super important because guys usually doesn't think about these points.
That's right. Guys think it doesn't affect us. We're immune to all that. It's really a female problem. No, sorry, guys. It's also a male problem. So there's this little thing called a zinc taste test to see how deficient on zinc am I. And for this one, the liquid is the best. And so we see it says, number one, you put 2 teaspoons of the liquid zinc, and you put it in a cup, and then you put it in your mouth. You hold it in your mouth for about 10 seconds, then you can spit it out or swallow it. And then the client describes the taste, and you refer to the following table. So let's see what it actually means. All right, so after they have it in for that few seconds, if there's no taste response, that's an indication they have a severe deficiency. If there's a slight or delayed response, so you can see the first one's called grade 4.
Yeah.
The second one is slight or delayed response is grade 3. That means they have a deficiency, but it's not as severe.
Correct.
Now, if it's just a moderately bad taste, that's a grade 2. They just have a mild deficiency. Now, if they immediately get a strong bad taste in their mouth, they don't need it.
That's a good sign.
Yeah, so what we're looking for is a bad taste as soon as you put it in your mouth. Well, I rarely find that one. And what I've noticed is the further north I went, the more I didn't get that one at all because people were burning up their zincs due to the cold weather in the wintertime.
Exactly. So you brought up a very interesting, what sort of mechanism happened for anyone listening. I mean, a lot of our people listening here are already practitioners and so forth, but just as a reminder, why this is happening, it is more cold weather and the body just burning all of it. Like you give a little bit of zinc, boom, gone. What's going on there?
Well, the issue is, remember I said that zinc is hugely important in the production of insulin in the body.
Yeah.
It's what maintains that. So cold weather hits. People eat more food because historically, when you eat more food, you generate more body heat.
Right.
Unfortunately, the food they eat is not very good. They eat the fast-burning foods. In other words, they're pouring gasoline on a fire. So it flares up really hot very shortly, but it burns out quick. Then because it burned out quick, there's nothing to sustain it. So now all of a sudden, they start sagging. So now they go eat more carbohydrates, burn up more zinc. Next thing you know, you're going to get a zinc deficiency because you're eating too many carbs to try to stay warm in the wintertime.
Right. And some people also say, oh, well, it's cold, so I'm going to drink some more alcohol.
Yeah, and that's even worse. That's higher octane gas.
Right.
Burns brighter, faster, shorter.
Exactly. Okay. Well, there you go. Going back to the solution here, let's make a scenario, right? So we have a practitioner, so we have people coming into their office. I mean, obviously there's all kinds of tests that can be done, but like you stated, one quick thing that can be done is this liquid zinc taste test. And how long does it take? It's pretty fast, like you say, right?
10 seconds.
Great. Okay.
See, on the zinc taste test, number 2, hold solution in mouth for 10 seconds, then spit it out or swallow it. The worse it tastes, the faster. You don't want to swallow it. You want to spit it out.
Exactly. So, okay, folks, so that's 8 tools in addition of all kinds of other testing system that you're using that can be done. And now, sorry, I didn't want to interrupt your presentation, but is there more to it, or is there?
I have just a little more because there are some things they need to watch for.
Of course.
You know, it says zinc short-term side effects to watch for: nausea, vomiting, diarrhea, and stomach cramps when they consume it. A metallic taste in the mouth, which they especially get with lozenges. That's why we like the liquid. They don't tend to get that bad taste. They can get headaches and dizziness if their intake's excessive, so you have to watch that the adult dosage does not exceed 40 milligrams per day. So, and you can monitor that by looking at the label on the side of the liquid bottle and see how much is, like it says a teaspoon or a tablespoon, it'll tell you how much is in there. So you can monitor that by decreasing the amount they're taking if they're starting to
exactly
side effects. So, and that's the last thing I wanted everybody to know is that there could be some possible side effects. They're not very common, but they have the possibility of showing up. And as we know, we don't want our patients to be uncomfortable. So just make sure you stay on top of it. Even check with them from time to time. If you want to do good patient management, anybody on Zinc that's monitoring this, you can actually get a hold of them. It's good patient management to query how are they doing.
Exactly. And also, like, I take this opportunity for anyone that are here live. If you have some questions, like you're more welcome to, go on the section of question on the chat. You're welcome to send your question. We can answer to you right away. So, Dr. Brad, I have a question for you. So, I was reading recently an article about the fact that zinc is considered a core nutrient rather than just simply an add-on as a supplement. I mean, it is a supplement, but it's so important, right? Can you tell us, like, why that is the case?
Well, it's because it's essential in so many foundational biochemical reactions, especially, pancreas, number 1. Our pancreas, we need to monitor our blood sugar. And in the absence of zinc, we have a hard time of monitoring blood sugar. It goes up, it goes down, they get hyperglycemia, hypoglycemia, and zinc will help balance that out. The other thing is it's hugely essential in the male prostate. The male prostate is the second largest user of zinc in the human body.
And plus, the rate of prostate cancer also in the last few years skyrocket, like all of a sudden.
Yeah, it certainly has. And having been born and raised and had my practice up north, because of the zinc deficiency, in my opinion, I can't prove it. I haven't seen any studies, but I've just been watching it now for 55 years. The fact that up north, there was a more prevalence of prostate issues, especially prostate cancers in wintertime up north, because it was my opinion that they weren't getting enough zinc. So in my practice, I did use a bit of zinc in the wintertime.
Exactly. So guys, girls, take care of your husband, or guys that are listening, take your zinc, man. It's good to help on the long run across the board.
Well, now I already know where the focus is for most females at this time of year. It's losing weight.
Yeah.
Zinc is hugely important to help lose because it's going to work on the pancreas. Then, of course, it's going to translate over to the liver. Remember, the liver's job is to either burn the liver glycogen that is being generated or to store it. So if you put it in a form the body can burn, it won't store it. And unfortunately, it's usually stored around the belly and in the hips where most people want to lose their weight.
Exactly. So, Dr. Brad, we got a question here, actually, a family question from Richard. He's asking, what sort of relationship have you seen, if any, between zinc, sleep, and arthritis?
I really haven't seen a lot with the arthritis itself, other than I can think with it, because if we're helping the body process the carbohydrates, they don't end up causing joint inflammation. So therefore, that would be hugely beneficial for the arthritis. Remember, arthritis just means inflammation of a joint.
Right.
All right. And the other part of that question was what?
Was with zinc and sleep.
Oh, sleep. I really haven't seen a lot with the sleep itself, although I haven't really watched it a lot. So,
okay.
So if anybody's doing that, please let me know.
Good. Awesome. Now, another question that I have that you touched upon a little bit, but I think it's an important mechanism that maybe not everyone realize, and also that to a degree also connected to the long COVID or for people that may have long COVID, like sort of symptoms and so forth. Now, zinc, it play a key role as an antiviral activity because it shut down the viral replications
Right.
of a virus, right? So can you talk a little bit about this point and how the actual mechanics that happen? What is the zinc role on kind of, on this?
They haven't really researched a lot of what is the direct relationship between it. All they do know is the countries that the soil was not zinc deficient in the first place, and those countries that use zinc had the least susceptibility to the COVID issue.
Okay.
And so one of the solutions that we've had here in the United States is anybody that tests for COVID, when we put them on zinc, they got through the COVID issue quicker, and it didn't advance to the next stage where they were starting to get the pneumonias and the shutdown of the breathing mechanism or the heart problems. Because the three places that the COVID issue liked to hit was number one is cardiovascular, number two is hormonal, number three is neurological.
Right.
Not necessarily in those orders. So zinc is a
Yeah.
hugely important mechanism for all of those systems in the body to function at this optimum.
Right. But regardless of COVID or not COVID, like from a point of view of virus, right? So like the zinc can play a very important antiviral activity.
Yes, it does. It diminishes the replication of the virus.
Right. How does it do that?
Well, nobody's really sure because nobody can even prove a virus is a virus.
Okay. Okay.
Literally, they think a virus is cellular poop.
Yeah. But what from more from a broader point of view, like this point of antiviral replications or like antiviral activity, I guess like what tools can a practitioner use from that perspective? Let's say you have somebody that's coming. I mean, obviously like, they do the test and etc. But let's say somebody have symptom of flus and so forth, or some other viral activity. How they can use the zinc as a tools to
Well, yeah,
on this
just
point.
uses zinc as another one of the things that you're using as a remedy.
Yeah.
So they'll just plug it in to see how the patient responds to it. Or we have everybody's that I'm thinking of has been trained on a mechanism to do that.
Yeah, yeah. Well, obviously, like each shop is going to use their own testing system. Regard if they are trained on nutrition response testing, obviously nutrition response testing, obviously to see what's respond better with them. But if they are not trained on nutrition response testing, they can use blood work and so forth, and they can see whatever the test show. But obviously, this is a tools that it can prevent or help in stopping on that track on a virus.
That's right.
That's great. Okay, so times is almost up. Now, I want to remind to everyone the fact that zinc is an important tools on your toolbox. So consider that as a part of your strategy. Now, I want to remind you as well that we do have our own zinc. It is liquid format. And do you want to comment on anything on this point, Dr. Brad, like liquid format versus
Well,
non-liquid and so on?
yeah, I'm a fan of the liquids primarily because it enhances absorption time.
Right.
You don't have to dissolve anything. It's already there. It's bioavailable very quickly. Liquids tend to get into the system within just a couple of minutes of taking them rather than waiting half hour, 45 minutes for a pill to break down.
Right, right. Plus, also, like you were talking about before of children and how to use it with kids and so forth, school, and I mean, having myself my own like 13 years old daughter, I know that she doesn't swallow anything, so is having liquid supplement of
Yeah.
any kinds is an advantage.
That's right. Liquids for children and adults that can't swallow pills is huge, especially I've noticed as people get older, they don't like to swallow the pills. They'd rather have a liquid.
Exactly. Very true, very true. So I believe we have a slide. So like if you're interested to know more about the liquid zinc that you can get through our health store, we have one that you can. This is obviously for practitioners only. That's you can buy one or few, and we also have bulk price. So you have that. So here we just dropped a link to the store. So yeah, and you can have it, and we have it in stock, and you can order it directly or you can call us if you need more information. So there you have it. Yes, Dr. Brett.
Yeah, they can always email me too, because many of my
Absolutely.
students have a direct email line to me, so they can just get it to me and I'll get it to the proper people to get it handled.
Absolutely. Yes, you can definitely write to Dr. Brett, clinical. Well, what's your email again? Do you want to
The
tell
word
us?
clinical at unsinc.info.
There you go. All right. So for all of you that are students, you have open line. And by the way, like, that line is always open. We are always here. So for anyone that are students or have been a student, we are going nowhere. We're here. We're here for you. We're here to help you. And we're here to help you with the clinical matter and also with practice management matter, which is done by a different brand. But, it's like the left hands and right hands. So we are doing both. All right. So, Dr. Brett, thank you for being here with us, for your wisdom. And thank you for all of you that you are joining us. Let's see. We have Hallie, Jennifer, John, Christy, Richard, Tina, and more. Sorry, I see some people already logging out. Thank you. Thank you for all being here. And for all of you that are watching this replay on YouTube or someone on our channel, thank you to you as well. And if you watching on YouTube specifically, we always like to please click the like button, do a little boost of give the hype. If I don't know if we got the hype yet or not, but join us our channel. We always getting new video clinical that to answer your questions and to bring you solutions. So thank you very much and have a great day.